we started out looking for something with income. We actually had a friend. So like one of the girls' friend's mom was like a Girl Guide leader, and she was like big time into flipping and owning income generating properties and things like that. And she had several of these like rooming houses. I don't know if you guys have that where
Mhm.
you're at, where there's like, 10 rooms to a house and that kind of a thing, where it's for people that are like collecting assistance, and the rooms rented at that time for like 325 bucks a room or whatever. So she owned several of those, and she was selling one, and we tried to get it, but we just couldn't make it work at the time. It just was just out of reach for us, for what we had for a down payment and that. So we couldn't, and we actually couldn't find anything in the town we were living in for anything that we could afford at all. So we ended up having to move, like an hour and a half outside of town. And we found a little tiny house that needed some work for, under 100 grand, again, Canadian. So not much money at all. Back then, that was like 2001. And yeah, so we lived in it for a bit, fixed it up, flipped it, and made some money. And that was kind of like the first real money I had really tasted. I grew up with not a lot, working class neighborhood. My folks were, hard workers, not like we were like dirt poor or anything, but everything was like budgeted. And I just came from that kind of mentality, and like you work and you go to a job and you get paid, and that was it. And so that was like kind of like the first time that I had actually thought, oh, wow, I could get like a whole chunk of money at once. And so we got into it, and we just moved and kept flipping. The market was heading up at that time. And so we'd move into a house, find a house that was like on a decent street and, in a good area, but was kind of falling apart, but nothing structural or whatever, just cosmetic stuff that was easy for us. And so we'd fix it up and flip it and move on to the next one. That's kind of how I got into real estate to begin with.